Hey folks, and welcome to series number 5 of the game breakdown series, Cowboys versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Okay, so we're getting off here. I just got the interception. Now I am starting off on his 31-yard line, so I'm in really good field position here with a 10-0 lead. 2 seconds in the first quarter, ball on his 31, as I mentioned, with the 1st and 10. So I'm coming out here, and I'm in the twin flex out of the eye. I'm running the play action Y corner crossers, as you can see. So basically, looking at this defense right now, I'm going to look to hit actually low to high in this case. If this guy wasn't here, and it was just say, or if that guy was actually there was no corner here, say the corner moved, then I would definitely be looking for Witten. But right off the bat, I'm going to go ahead and start low to high in this case. So this will be my number 1 guy. This is number 2 and 3 and 4. So that's essentially what I'm looking for here. Against his coverage here, it looks like a cover 2 again. Actually, it looks like a cover 3 sky. So there you go. Or cloud, excuse me. So that's what it looks like to me, at least with the pre-snap read. If it is this, then yeah, this corner could open up. But if this guy here bails or goes man-to-man with Witten, then yeah, I want to hit this under route here. So, you know, we'll look for it again. If it's if it's man-to-man, what's going to end up happening more than likely is, say he goes with Witten, so he's there. If we get a 2, so he'll go with him. Arrow route here. If this guy suckers hard, he'll open up, at least early. If he does not sucker at all, then he's going to be covered. So I'll be looking for Bryant here on that drag route, that drag post, whatever you want to call it there. And that'll be my play. So, but it just really depends on kind of what he does here, and obviously if he bails or not. And we see some sort of cover 2 look zone or a cloud coverage. So let's go ahead and run through it and see what happens. So right off the bat, you can see that corner's coming right now. He's actually blitzing in this case, or maybe he ran commit. I don't know yet, but to me it looks like a corner blitz. He's got 3 over the top still, so he is running a zone behind it. And let's go a little further. Right now, it looks like Witten could be open for a second, but with this guy positioned where he is, I don't like it. So yeah, I'm going to go with my initial read. I also felt some pressure, obviously, seeing that back or the safety coming or corner coming there. So I'm going to be looking, let that ball rip, hit the guy, get what I can out of it. So in this case here, I get, I think, a 7 or 8 yard gain, 70 yards in that case. So obviously, point-wise, I get the 1 point for play success and 1 point for doing my job. Again, let's go ahead and go back just a little bit and see if anything else would have opened up on that. Yeah, Bryant was open here, but feeling that pressure, as you can see there, my lineman here ended up picking up the blitz or releasing off of his end there. So I had to make sure to get rid of that ball quick enough. And if I had seen this, I was, like I said, hitting my initial read, the first guy. So I'm throwing that right now. So that's really the right decision in this case. If I had some time, then yeah, I could have been a little more patient, seeing if this guy was going to attack. If he does, then I can look for Witten or the come back over to Bryant. Okay, play number 2, series number 5 here, guys. So you can see I'm going full house Panther, going with the triple option. Obviously, first read is right here, this defensive end. If he squats or comes up field, I'm hitting my back on the dive. If he crashes on the back, then I'm going to keep it with my quarterback, and then we'll make the second read here, which is watching this guy or this guy as they attack. If he attacks my tailback, I'm going to keep it with the quarterback, turn up, get what I can. If he attacks my quarterback, I'm pitching off. Same thing with this guy here. So looking at it right now, we'll go ahead and run through the play. Just his defense here is, I like the defense he's running. Anytime you have a wide 9 situation where this guy's lined up as if he would be like outside the tight end area, then to me that is good for the play. Anytime you get any kind of wide here where I can see it and really clearly get a good look and see what this guy's doing, whatever he decides to do. So let's go ahead and run through it and we'll see what happens. So you see right there, he's already crashing. So that means I'm just going to keep the ball here in this case. Oh, and you'll see I made a big mistake right off the bat. You'll notice here, this is 45. That's my fullback, my actual fullback. Normally, I like to put in number 46, who is, oh gosh, now for some reason I'm blanking on who the guy is. Oh, shoot, my halfback, one of my halfbacks at least. And gosh, Morris, Alfred Morris. Wow, I just completely blanked on that. So Alfred Morris, and I would normally run it with him because of his speed and his power. He's more of a running back as opposed to the fullback here. And obviously I have Tony Romo in here. Normally I'm going to adjust that to Dak Prescott. Wow, that was not a 4. There you go. So in this case, I have the wrong personnel in. Still can run the play though, as you can see, boom, and hit it here. Now the one thing I know I'm doing wrong here is I'm holding down the trigger, the sprint trigger, and that really affects the way he pitches the ball. A lot of times he can't pitch it while he's sprinting. So just be aware that if you run the option, don't use that trigger button. I've noticed I have a harder time getting that pitch off. And in this case, there you go. I don't get the pitch off. I might get a yard on that. Yeah, I do get, well, I really get nothing on that, so it's a 3rd and 3 still. So in this case here, 0 for play success, 0 for doing my job, obviously. So 0 on the play. Got to get the right personnel in, which you'll see on the next play. I'm going to come right back to it with the correct personnel. All right, play number 3, Series 5 here, guys. Same exact play, different personnel like I mentioned. So now I have Dak in there where he belongs, and I have Alfred Morris, so I'm more comfortable with this. I don't like getting Romo beat up on the option. Plus Dak has a lot more speed, so obviously that's why I want him in there for this. So same thing again. This guy comes up field or squats. I'm handing off the dive. If he attacks my back, I'm keeping the ball, and then we're running the option here with the back. And then I make the decision off of him or the corner, whoever frees up, depending on who my wide receiver blocks, because sometimes they'll switch it up with the blocking on that. So it's just a matter of being able to adapt to it and see it fast enough. So let's go ahead and run through it. We can see right there he's already closing, so I know I'm going to keep the ball again. Dak does get it. And again, holding the trigger. So instead of taking my time on this, I'm still speeding up too much. Can't get the pitch off here, as you guys will see in a second. Boom. And again, don't do my job. So in this case here, it's another 0 on a play. I think maybe I got a -1 yard on that. Yeah, I got lost a yard, but that's not a big loss, so there's no negative bonuses. So it's a 0 on that play. And we'll see you for the next.